back, and today should be a pretty fun day because Gabe's truck just got fixed. We had to get some stuff done to the rear axle on that. Now it is perfect, but it's been like 2 months since my truck and his truck have both been in a running and driving form. I just got my sway bar done on mine. I got new steering put on it. Gabe just got new rear gear inside of his truck, and this thing is absolutely massive, but he's about to be here really soon to grab this truck, and I think we're gonna take him out, cruise down the road. I think we should go off-roading with them. He said he doesn't want to, but we'll probably end up counting him to take this thing out in the field out back. Before we get into the video, here's my brother's truck. If you guys didn't watch the last video, we went ahead and did some TSO frame overlays on it. We did a TSO exhaust tip. If you guys want to see more on this build, I'll drop the link below to the last video. There's a lot in store for this thing because we flipped a coin in the last video because I wanted to paint the truck and he wanted to lift it bigger. So we flipped a coin and go figure he won. So now the truck's getting lifted bigger. But with that being said, we have to get Gabe's truck out of here. And actually, he's driving down the road right now. So let's get his truck out really quick and we're gonna take this thing on a drive. So the day we get Gabe's truck, which is way back there if you can see it, fixed, we instantly have to take it off-roading. I've never been back here, but that hill right there looks like very steep, and I'm either gonna slide down and flip forward, or I'm gonna make it down it and up that way, but probably not back out and up this way. So I hope Gabe doesn't break his truck. I just spent the last 3 days fixing that thing, and yes, right now it's perfect. So as long as I don't get stuck, he has to pull me out, that truck will survive, and this one's not even breakable. So like, that's my last worry. Hey, the good thing is we got parts on the old frame. Good thing. We have one on the roller you bought.
You have one of those? It's not chrome though. Oh my God. Oh, that's not bad. What? You snapped that in half.
Look at the U-joint at the...
Oh my God.
Big truck does not do burnouts. And we're so far back here, and that is not pulling us out.
No, we're not using this one again. East of the fucking drive shaft. What the fuck?
See, you bought that
Dude,
whole...
the bolt broke.
Uh-oh. See, you bought that whole roller for a reason.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. There you go. Happy birthday.
So, the good thing is, the drive shaft's still good. The U-joint is snapped off.
What even is that? What is that called?
At the drop box.
It basically did. At one point they were spinning.
Yeah.
It was throwing dirt everywhere.
That was like a 1.5 mile ride. Put the old drive shaft to the bed, you gotta climb up this massive ass tire. It's like 15 degrees outside. I'm not dressed for this. We decided that we're going to go off-roading because Gabe's truck was fixed. And last time we did this, his truck broke. We did it this time, then my truck broke, unfortunately. So shackles, I guess, is what you have to use when you have heavy equipment. There's not just a hitch on the back of the Bobcat. So I rigged up this little contraption to see how that works. Megan.
Yeah.
Been in there for like 3 years.
Yeah, I lost it.
Sway bar works. That's a plus.
That is a plus. And now you can get it powder coated with the new drive shaft. So if you think about it that way, it's even. The wash. Normal. You didn't lose any money.
Okay. Who's driving it? I spoke a little too soon and said my truck never breaks and Gabe's truck's the one that breaks, but no, my truck breaks and Gabe's truck doesn't. 0 for the second gen, 1 for Megan. God, that truck is so much bigger than that. Yeah, it's time to lift that one 4 feet higher. Your axle's fixed, but mine broke.
No, your axle was fine. The drive shaft just decided to leave the jet.
That's an easier fix.
Correct.
It's unfortunate for this drive shaft. I always thought the drive shaft between the drop box and the trans was gonna break, but yeah, no, that one's a lot more sturdy than this one. Now we can take the monster truck and put it right back where it was, plug it back in, and we gotta go find some parts for the drive shaft. All right, so right now we're headed over to Gabe's because this morning, actually, he had bought a complete roller off of a Ford. And if you guys didn't know, my big truck has Ford axles in it. Ford axles, in my opinion, are the best axles besides their drive shaft yokes and their drive shaft flanges. But on that roller that he had bought, there's a drive shaft there with the same flange that my big truck needs. So as long as the drive shaft didn't fall off the trailer from the process going from the shop to Gabe's house, we'll grab that really quick and then go back to the shop and hopefully get that truck back running and driving inside of this video, because it's kind of sad. I just got the sway bar done. I got it driving literally perfect. I got the heat working and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start daily driving this truck. And then the day I wanted to start doing that, I broke it. All right, so we have a little bit of a dilemma. The drive shaft was laying on the roller and it is no longer laying on the roller. That's not good. Now the drive shaft's gone. Okay, so that means one thing could have happened. Had to have rolled off in the mile distance from here to Gabe's house. Yeah, that's very unfortunate because this is a different flange than we need. That is not good. That definitely fell off. So let's go drive down the road and look for it. down the side of the road very slow, hoping we find this drive shaft. That's actually crazy that it's not there. That's just my luck though. You know, we had the part, but now it's gone. And I'm hoping it's inside one of these ditches. So that was a very unsuccessful part run to get that drive shaft, but I just noticed that my drive shaft that broke out of the truck got a little more damage than I thought, and that is no longer a perfect circle. And obviously I can't bend that back because then it's probably just gonna snap it again and probably snap the ear off of the drive shaft itself. I don't know if this drive shaft is still straight, but I would think it would have to be tweaked a little bit, especially since it snapped out of the truck. So if I take it to the drive shaft place, they'll probably end up cutting this off right here, welding a new end onto it along with a new flange. This end still looks good besides the U-joint that snapped in half there. And the rest of the U-joint that is still sitting on the flange for the drive shaft. If we come back here, don't mind the truck, it's filthy. This flange is definitely stuck on here, so we need to grab some tools really quick, get this thing off, try to find a new flange. And I'm thinking, since it has a drop box in it and the four-wheel drive works inside there, as long as we take off the front center caps, lock the hubs, put the drop box in four-wheel drive, we should still be able to drive the truck around to move it. I don't know how far we should go with the truck just in four-wheel drive, spinning the front tires, but we're gonna try that out for sure. So really quick, let's get a socket in here and try to get these bolts out. I don't know if that one's gonna be stuck inside there. Hopefully it spins and comes right out easily. Does anyone need part of a forward flange? Yeah, that thing is definitely destroyed. Maybe we can just weld it back together. So now we have to figure out if that stud's gonna wanna come out. Butter, thank God. I did not feel like drilling and tapping out this axle. So it's definitely a plus that the bolt comes out very easily. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to look like that. That is definitely snapped in two pieces. We'll weld this back on too. So far we have a little pile going right there of the broken parts. I have to find the other piece from the drive shaft that snapped off. That got bent, which is probably not gonna be fun to get that out. So I noticed now that we definitely have more problems than we thought, because that drop box flange is snapped there, and it's also snapped right there. So we'll have to order a new flange now as well for the drop box. We need practically a whole new drive shaft, a new flange with the axle down there, another bolt, a new flange for the drop box. Yeah, I don't feel like replacing these drive shaft parts right now. I think it'd be easier just to build a whole new lift for the truck and start from scratch. As you can see, that part survived, the powder coated like stop washer deal. Oh yeah, it comes right off. That's so unfortunate. I think what sucks the most is that everything's powder coated, and now like buying the parts, the drive shaft fix is no problem, but now we gotta deal with getting like everything repowder coated. So small damage report, we have part of the flange from the rear axle, the drop box yoke, more of the flange from the rear axle, another piece of it, a snapped U-joint, a broken bolt, and a bent U-joint strap. That is like stuck inside of there and not even worth trying to get the bolt out. Oh no, the bolt got bent too somehow. I think what's next is we first put this back in because that part survived. We ought to put this part back on because it's the only thing that survived. Throw this thing in four-wheel drive really quick and see if we can get it out of the shop. So I just took off the center caps. Yes, if you guys are wondering, they do spin. I think if you turn that like this, that should lock the driver's side. The passenger side, and then we gotta go up inside the drop box down there, turn the lever to lock it into four-wheel drive, and this thing should move. Now, the front hubs are locked, and if this little lever comes back, oh yeah, look at that. Now we should be good. This thing should move in four-wheel drive. Unfortunately, this thing would not go into four-wheel drive. So Tomorrow I'm going to take apart the drop box and hope that nothing is messed up inside of there, because that was a pretty hard snap to snap the drive shaft at both ends. But with that being said, drop a comment on what I should do with this truck. Whether I should lift it bigger or keep it at this height it is now and go driving it through every winter storm I possibly can.